好啊。Okay, so good evening, everyone. So, welcome to the second EWB night of 2023. So, first of all, let me go through the rundown of today. So for today, we're very honored to have a sharing from Dr. Samuel Tang, who is currently a research manager from Arab, and he will be sharing his insights on research and innovation in Israel related to his journey. And for today, we'll first have a monthly news and activities update by Edward, and then afterwards, a sharing by Dr. Samuel Tang, and later we can have a salon section um, when in which every one of you can feel free to ask questions. So next slide, please.
Before we start,
Hmm.
Gloria, do you want to know some of our volunteers here? Because it seems we have some old friends here. So
Oh, sure. So maybe before we start, let's have a round of self-introduction. So hello everyone again. I'm Gloria, the MC of tonight, and I'm currently a graduate engineer and from the civil engineering industry. Yeah, and it's a pleasure to meet all of you virtually on Zoom tonight. So would anyone?
maybe I'm the next one. I'm Edward Chan,
Okay.
the long-term volunteers in EWB. I don't think I have to introduce myself, but just want to let you know today you can see we changed the front page of our presentations because Camis has already helped to modify our website. So that means our monthly news and also our guest speaker presentations will be downloadable in our website. So that's why you can see we changed the format. And so if you want to take out our monthly news, simply go into our website. Sorry, just a little bit promotion. Okay, the next one.
Oh, hi, this is Sam, and next with me is joining with Ada.
哇，好耐冇見你哋
Hello， 係啊，
有冇 BB 添啊？
第二啱啱第二個，
係啊，
係啊，
所以都歸隱咗一段時間。
唔緊要，但係佢上唔上鏡啊？
唔上嘅，邊唔上嘅？
係啊，OK，咁遲啲再見你哋張相啊。
好啊，好啊，陣間就有咩再講，我哋食緊飯都係啊，聽緊。
Okay, nice meeting Sam and Ada, our long-term volunteers, and also supported some of our Hong Kong projects before. Okay, maybe the next one. A little bit shy. No more.
Hi everyone, this is Camis.
From Sydney.
Since Edward mentioned about the website, maybe I introduce a little bit of myself. I'm a volunteer at EWB for about 5 years, 6 years. I don't know. I don't even remember. And I help with the marketing or communication websites part of EWB. If you have any promotion or any new ideas to promote EWB, please feel free to let me know.
Okay, any more? If let me introduce one more person. It's Michelle. Michelle, you can see M in the screen. She is our new part-time staff. So I hope after she join our family, so we can have more effective in event promotion. Thank you. Okay. Gloria, any more?
Okay, any more anyone would like to introduce yourself? So if not, so let's continue to the next slide.
Okay, let me have a monthly update. I just want to let you know what we have done in the last EWB nights. Is talking about the Malaysia. The speaker is Tom. He is one of our GCP alumni, probably 2019. Because he is so familiar with Malaysia, and at the same time we are going to Malaysia to have our service trip in this year, overseas service trip in this year. So that's why we invite Tom to share some of topics just like the cultures and the history of Malaysia, such that no matter it's our volunteers or our GCP students, they can know a little bit more about GCP. Sorry, Malaysia. But at the same time, the video has already uploaded to our Google Drive, and then we are going to put in our YouTube channel very soon, such that you can download the video in our website. First of all, I want to have some news from EWB International. One of their latest promotion is the World Engineering Days. Will be the 4th of March this year. There are some event actually organized under the World Engineering Day, including 24 hours. It's a webinar or something else. Ray, do you remember what is the format?
It is just streaming 24 hours of different
Yes.
events all around the world.
Yes.
So you log on and you can, whatever the events are, you can choose whatever events you want to follow. Yes.
Thank you. Yes, I just remember 24 hours, but I cannot remember streaming. So you can go into the World Engineering Day. And the second news from EWB International, and also a big news for EWB Hong Kong is they just announced the new elected directors for the EWB International. That means the board of the EWB International. There are some existing directors in the board, but 3 of them already retire because at the end of their tenure. So probably you may remember last month we promote the elections, and then we may appeal and encourage our friends and volunteers in EWB supporting our candidate from Hong Kong is Raymond Lopinski. The result, you can see there are 3 gentlemen. One is from Yemen, one is from Guatemala, and other is from Hong Kong. So we are so happy. That is our first Hong Kong representative going into the board of EWBI. We are going to send out the email to announce this election result, and you can see more details about the directors. I remember the tenure is 3 years, right? Is that right?
I think so, yes.
Yeah.
I just want to thank you, everyone, for all your support. I really appreciate it, and I hope to be able to help in terms of making this a more rewarding experience for you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, also thank you, Ray, because many of our volunteers may aware over the past few years, we has been spending effort to expand our overseas connections. Probably since 2015 or 14, we start our first service trip in Cambodia, and then 2017 we also joined the EWB Global Forum in London, and then we also participate with other events in Australia and also Myanmar and other Asian networks. So I would think that is a big step forward and a big opportunities for EWB Hong Kong. So So anyway, we should keep going. And other news from EW. Okay, we come to the news from EWB Hong Kong. Is this year is the 15th years, 15th anniversary of EWB Hong Kong. In the past, we have some arrangement in our committee executive committee levels, just like Hong Kong projects and overseas projects. But because we have shifting of focus on some areas, just like we used to have a young members group, but our GCP program is now very popular in the local universities. So we are more focus on education, and we also have some STEM program. So we are going to make change in our EWB Hong Kong structure. One of the key focus is education. And other one, of course, is our core business, including the projects in Hong Kong and overseas. And the third one is Asia or international networking. And the fourth one, we are because we set up the urban sustainability team in 2019, but we are, because of many global issues, no matter it's of course, sustainability is a big topic, but when you talk about climate change, resilience, or other, no matter it's for people-centric or for community-centric matters, also fall into the urban sustainability categories. So we are intending to set up another team focused on this topic, and we take the four key alphabets from the four focus become PREL, PREL. Just like you can imagine, we are a group of volunteers. We are eager to involve in humanitarian engineering, and our service or our contributions will be engineering based or technical based, but people centric. So we hope EWB Hong Kong can be a peer, and you can start from EWB Hong Kong and then to serve local and overseas. That is the concept behind. And go back to our flagship program, GCP. We are now going to the midway. I mean, the workshop sessions, because the community service will be in June, but we are about the workshops and also community service already run to already done the first half. And you can see there's some events, just like bamboo workshop in new territories. I cannot remember. It's a Yunnan, Ray, I cannot remember. Or 天水圍. Ray, is that 天水圍?
Yes, 天水圍.
Yeah, yes. And
沙頭角咩?
天水圍 and 沙頭角, not far away anyway. And another workshop is a STEM program. They have a series of brainstorming sessions. Thanks to Ray and also Stuart, they are the facilitators in the workshops. Those photos are some of the image you can see in the event, but I can say those students bring up with many new ideas or good ideas. So they're going to have a TED talk in the 4th of March. Welcome for joining, but of course because of access restrictions, we expect to have your early registrations such that you can come to the CTU campus and to hear their TED Talk presentation. And I just mentioned about the Malaysia trip in June. We are still looking for volunteers to be part of the pro bono team for the service trip. If you have the interest, just let us know. And before the trip, in June, we have done the first pre-trip in January. In Kuala Lumpur and also the service site. We have volunteers from Hong Kong, including George. You can see George, Sam, Tiffany, and Oasis. They come from Hong Kong and visit the service site, service location, and also find out how to get the materials from the locals, because we are not going to bring the say water pipes or gutters from Hong Kong. Actually, we will buy there. So their pre-trip is very important to take out the resources and also material supplies. Yeah, the rainwater recycling system and other facilities will be the key focus in the service trip. The beneficiaries will be the communities and school. Is probably 2 hours away from Kuala Lumpur. And also the last month I mentioned about the annual conference in KL is our second EWB Asia annual conference. Last time we run the conference in online basis, but this year we can do it in hybrid. So we will have a in-person face-to-face conference in Kuala Lumpur in the mid of June. And of course, we hope you can support and even come to KL, join the conference. And we also have some other volunteer gathering event, no matter it's just a happy brunch in Hong Kong, such that those volunteers in Hong Kong can come together, or for those overseas volunteers, EWB volunteers in overseas, we can get together in online, just like this time we have volunteers from UK and Canada joining the Zoom gathering. And we are going to launch a promotion for a green campus exhibitions will be in June of this year. We are going to send out the email and have more introductions of the event. But of course, we will make it in bilingual. But sorry about that. This one is just in Chinese, and we will have more details. But anyway, we will look for volunteers for the event, and we also support other events in the industry, just like this one is to visit to Asia World Expo. And we are going to share these PowerPoints in the website, so you can register the event through the link. And finally, of course, we're still looking for volunteers, more and more volunteers, and also other resources, in particular money. I just mentioned we are expecting to have a bigger step forward, no matter in projects, education, networking, or in urban sustainability or research. But we hope we can have more donations and supports on our backup, such that we can spend more focus and spend more time on preparing those core business. Okay, yeah, you can, if you are happy to make donation, can scan the QR code. Okay, that's the end of my monthly reporting. Thank you, Gloria. It's your turn.
Okay, thank you, Edward. So moving on, we'll be having the sharing from Dr. Samuel Tang, with his sharing on research and innovation in Israel, my journey. So I'll pass the time to Samuel.
Yeah, thanks, Gloria. Edward, can you stop sharing screen? Okay. Okay, can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Thanks. Yeah, so very brief introduction of myself. Yeah, of course, I'm a volunteer in EWB Hong Kong, and I conduct my postdoctoral research like for 2 years in Israel. That's why I want to share some of my life and also what I learned during these 2 years. And my research focus in that time is about water treatment, particularly from this desalination process, but not exactly for that desalination, but about the post-treatment of the desalinated water. So anyway, that's about membrane process. So that's the outline. We'll show you or share with you how my journey started, and also what I've done in Israel, what I learned from them, and what we can learn from them. So I think some of you may ask me before how I can get like this post, or how I find that. In fact, just starting from an email. Like what you find a job, maybe you browse about like JobsDB or LinkedIn nowadays, and or maybe other job platform. But at that time, I tried maybe for a year, but I can't find any postdoctoral position. But and then one day I think maybe I can just send email to some professors. So I try searching around what what universities in the world, or maybe what are the famous area. Then I found one in Israel, that because they are very good in water engineering, and I just sent out an email, and even though they don't uh post any job ad or anything on the internet, but the professor responds to me just in a day, that he mentioned, yes, yeah, I accept your application. And he also mentioned that they are working on a like an Chinese campus in Guangdong. So there is a fund you can apply and support your postdoctoral research there. So at that time, it's really amazing because I I don't even notice this like Guangdong campus at that time. Oh, it is like a kind of big event, especially because Li Ka-shing support this campus development. Um, but I just realized that it was an opportunity for me to join this university to work on research. So although I got a positive response from them like in January, and really processed for a long time and got confirmation in May. And file, you can see this acceptance letter. And yeah, this is the Guangdong Technion um, fund that can support my fellowship. Um, so everything's processed like a year. So finally, I booked my air tickets go there in October. Why I still need to shift maybe like 1 or 2 months later, because September in fact is their New Year holiday, so we, the campus is not working, not open, so I can't really reach there. So that's why I reached there like in October. So when I first get on get in Israel, and I maybe you don't realize what's special in this picture, but this is the scenery I saw on the train, and in fact maybe you can see here as the uniform of army, and in fact we can see like young people carrying guns on train and buses. That's really surprised me when I arrived there, because I don't know what's going on at like this. But after I like stayed there for 2 years, then I realized that this is kind of normal. because all the young people there need to join the army like around 2 to 3 years in Israel. So they also enjoy holiday or weekend when so they take trains or buses back home and then go back to training after the weekends. So especially during the weekends, you can see a lot of them carrying their guns with them on bus or trains. So, but for the first time, really shocked me. So yeah, I don't really dare to take photos like with them and with their guns. So you can just see their arms here. And this is how I start my life in campus. Yeah, I will go into something maybe more technical, but yeah, I just share some daily lives here first, some more casual on Friday nights. So it's really interesting that I got a tag with this university's logo. It's Technion. You know this university it is also very famous with Albert Einstein as their one of their committee members at the beginning, and he also planted some trees there to mention like how he support the university, and this is the kind of student card. And I still remember when I got there, I need to spend a week to open an account, a bank account, and also take a long time to get a SIM card. Maybe I'm not sure if you want to visit this country. Maybe at that time, maybe not that convenient that we need to like prepare like US dollar there for exchange, and then yeah, you can't really communicate very well on the spots because people usually talk in Hebrew. Although it is kind of easy in the campus because yeah, their English is pretty well, but not really the case in like a supermarket or in the cities. So yeah, so I get these things by myself, and also it's really good that I joined the Chinese students like community or society there, so I got support from them. So yeah, Chinese are everywhere. And yeah, just show you my office, and yeah, it's quite spacious and very environment. Just looking outside, I can see trees. And of course, this cat accompanied me for like 2 years. Every day, she came to my windows and asked for food. And this is my apartment, and yeah, I stay here for 2 years. This is my research team. Sitting in the middle is my Professor Ovi Lahov. In fact, he is quite famous in this area because like the standard for desalinated water in Israel is prepared by him. And also he also joined many government bodies or like provide recommendations in this water industry. And around this, all my research team members, they working in different topics, basically around around the technology, but not exactly on my topic or related topics. But in fact, we can still share knowledge around different treatment technology uh, or even other industry, because some of them come to study PhD after like working for 20 years. So he also shared some industrial experience with me, like from like this gentleman here. He's also industrial engineers, chemical engineers. And this is the campus. Maybe when you look at like some images or videos about Israel, you may think that it's a dry place, but in our campus, it's pretty green, and also you can see water, of course. And in fact, Israel is also very famous about agriculture because they are very dry and also not many lands there. And when you look back in the history, they need to like produce food to support their living, right? Every country does. But so for them, they start their country with agriculture. That's why they invest a lot in agricultural engineering. And so you can see some garden like this invest kind of like their experiment ground. And so the whole campus is, you may feel that it's pretty empty. And I can share with you because this is, I took this picture during Shabbat because they practice like during the weekend, even nearly no one come back to the campus except Chinese students, I think. So basically we can see like no people around in the campus. But maybe some areas that's like maybe cafe or gym or swimming pools, we may find some people enjoying there, but not many people outside those facilities. So you can see pretty empty in the campus. And this is the buildings. Firstly, I arrived. That's the Water Research Institute. And also that's the scenery I look outside from my research buildings. And I just show you a video, a very short video. Sorry, Ray. It is in Cantonese because it's by TVB. Because one day TVB came to visit Israel and exactly to our campus to find some Chinese people for interview. So I'm one of them. So yeah, just a few minutes.
No sound, Samuel.
Sorry. Maybe quite.
Because you cannot understand Cantonese.
Yeah, and also some subtitles there. Sorry, because it is a very old video that I can't find the TVB version. This is the version my family captured manually at that time. So sorry about that. So yeah. Sorry, Ray. Let me translate for you. So basically, they mentioned the Guangdong campus I just mentioned. Li Ka-shing invest in that and invite this Israeli university to establish a new campus in Guangdong. Yeah, of course, they already run for like around 5 years now. And then I also mentioned in the video that the students or the people there really like asking questions. So if we can't find any people ask in a seminar or after a lecture, that's a weird thing there. So about research, of course, this is my topic, and I just show you my research lab for around a year. But because for the first year I'm not working here, but this is the work I did for the second year. You can see many drums and like this membrane module. Because if we just work in lab scale, maybe you just use a a sheet of membrane. But all the experiment or the research we did, especially in my second year, we use this module, kind of a pilot scale, because for full scale water treatment with these membranes, just this membrane module in series and in parallel, so you can just multiply what they did. That's the industrial scale. So all the experiment we did is pilot scale. And you can see this big tank here, like hundreds liter of seawater. We need to go to the sea because campus is not right next to the sea. So we need to go to the seashore and pump all the water to fill up these big barrels, each of them like 100 liters, and then fill up this barrel a few hundred liters here for our experiment. So it keep running and very noisy there. So you can see like this noise protection device. So yeah, that's what I work days and days here. And we 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 talk in the team like we just like doing gyms during our research because the water is so heavy, right? 100 liters. So you can just calculate. And even just the drum here is about like 10 kilo. So we need to bring it out to clean it and then bring it back and second round of experiment. And in fact, we have a even larger tank, like 1,000 liters at the back of this small house. So yeah, I can't really show in the pictures. And all this research helped me like get a poster award during a conference. And also I went sharing my research findings in some international conference at that time. And if you want to understand more what I'm doing, what I was doing at that time, yeah, that's the topic, and I can share with you in more detail maybe later, but not in this session. Now, I just want to show you more what I see or what my life in Israel there. I just mentioned that the agricultural industry or engineering is very famous. So you can see the fruits there. Basically, they produce like locally and many different fruits. Some of my friends also visit me during that time. So I think they all like fruits, and even brought some back to Hong Kong. And also because that's like Middle East area, so they also very like Turkish coffee very much. And here I just show you another side of food. So for this side, that's the party in our research team, and all these things they prepared by themselves. So very amazing. And you can see they brought kids with us to enjoy the party together. I forgot what event that day, but they dress up like differently like Halloween, but not Halloween. I forgot the festival. And this festival for right corner here is Hanukkah. So it's kind of close to Christmas, but they don't have Christmas for Jewish, right? So Hanukkah is a festival about a miracle that they are related to oil, and that's why they have many oily food like donuts here as the festival food for them. So you can see some international students dressed up like Santa Claus, because they're also in around December. And so you can see some other traditional or like common food in Israel. So many fruits, it really like to like pepper, carrots, like in this kind of shape as snacks, and also many dry fruits. And this one is hummus. I think you guys know this, and the bread, and then served with suzuka. And so this kind of food is quite common and like general in like a street food in Israel. And this the food I cook by myself. So because I don't really enjoy the food there, so I practice my cooking skills there like every day and even nearly every meal. So yeah, it's my cooking diary journal. And of course, I went for many trips in Israel. There, so from this side, it is Masada. It is like on the hill in the desert, right next to the Dead Sea. So it is a Asian site that um that's a kind of symbolize the brave or the vision of Israel, because all the armies training will go to this site, because this is the site in the biblical time that the Roman army came and invade this land, and that's the last spot they can withstand. So this is the like Asian sites left there. So you can see it also they have the Israeli flags flying at the top of Masada, and that's the sunrise from top of that hills from Masada. So this shiny surface is Dead Sea. And here is Sea of Galilee. So this is another side of like Dead Sea is the like salty water, like kind of the most salty water in the world, right? And the other side is fresh water in Israel. So yeah, because I'm working in like water engineering. So this is like kind of the single fresh water source of Israel, but nowadays they have like 80% fresh water from desalination. So they have like the largest desalination plants in the world. And apart from the trip I like went by myself, I also joined other trips that you can see. I joined the international students trip with our friends here. It's very good that this university organize trips for international students and also bring them to some interesting sites. Maybe you don't realize what this is. In fact, this is a very interesting community called kibbutz in Israel. So kibbutz is an like communist community. So they share everything, kind of. But nowadays, of course, blend in some other concept, but mostly they still share many things together. So they have a canteens in the kibbutz. So they just go like register or like not don't really need to pay because they already pay, and they can enjoy food there in this big canteen. So as a visitors, if we really want to enjoy food there, we need to have a like a residence there to guide us through and like kind of pay for us, because one of our university staff is living there. So she organized this trip for international students and brought us there. Why I show this picture? Because this kibbutz also very wealthy. One of their industry working inside this kibbutz is keeping this fish. I forgot the English name, but they are gamlei. So it's very expensive fish, like they can sell to China and Japan. So so that's really interesting for me that like a place with like not enough fresh water, but they are like growing fish, like expensive species, and for export as a business. So yeah, that's the thing. And also they of course they need to have a very good water treatment technology for like keeping these fish healthy and like have a very attractive colors. The other trips I joined as a people from Hong Kong and also a Chinese students. I have another privilege to join a foundation called ESA at especially established to introduce more culture and history of Israel to us. So you can see all these Chinese students. So we went there for a week, studying in Ben Gurion University, like in the center of the desert. So they show us like the history, culture, and brought us to research the pyramid there. And also you can see we went to the deserts and it told us something around this geological phenomenon. And research many other places like the house of Ben Gurion, who was the first president of Israel. That's why you can see you can hear this name a lot, like for the international airports or the university, and many streets also use this name. And this one, in fact, is the Chinese embassy. That just for that day is 1st of July. They invite Chinese students, and exactly I'm from Hong Kong. That so I was also invited to join this party there. So we visit the embassy there and yeah, a party. So I also has joined other trips like this. This one is called Stand With Us. It's really interesting that they show us another side of Israel, like around the conflict between Israel, Palestinian, and Gaza Strip. In fact, over this fence and over this there, the Gaza. So the tour guys just said maybe there is a tourist looking at you with a telescope or something. So yeah, this is the Gaza Strip. And of course, this one I think you guys can recognize what it is. I forgot the name, but that's in Jerusalem, the wall, the Asian temple sites. Yeah. And in fact, the wall is not exactly the temple, the foundation wall of the temple. So the temple, in fact, now is under the Golden Dome. So they also found the debris right below the Golden Dome. And another events that I joined called West Skills is also another very interesting things that there's one international organization called West Skills organized events around water in the world. So they at that time they came to Israel to organize this high intensive workshop. So they partner with some local industrial partners and recruit some international students together to solve their their problem. What the problem I was working on is for Netafim. Netafim is a famous irrigation companies established in Israel. That's the drip irrigation system inventor. So they had a problem about drip irrigation clogging because they use many recycled water for irrigation in Israel. So as you know, like recycled water, basically they has some pollutant or organic matter left in the in the treated water because they're not exactly to like pure water, right? So once they use for a period of time, then they clog. So they want to find a way that to easily to solve this problem, lower the maintenance cost, and this is the idea and poster we did to solve that problem. So I designed a wash system. Although they already has a something like that, but they because the farmer don't want to walk to the end of the system to operate, so still it is not very functional for their design. So when we decide that during the project, we also join the engineers to walk through their experimental site, so we can see the fruit trees around there and also how the irrigation systems work on this site. So we have some field trip and discussion with engineers so to design our solutions. And then we also join this tech event in the World Tech in the that's the exhibition for water technology, and that's the presentation we did in this conference. So all these are some highlights of my research journey and some experience there. So I just quickly extract what I learned from them. Of course, from my professor, my supervisors. In fact, he was very, I think he is very efficient because he can give me the introduction of the papers like in a few hours. If you also prepare papers before, you may know the introduction part is the most challenging part. He can prepare in hours, like in a day, and I can finish the other parts because I have the data, right? And when I discuss the research plans with him, he's also very open-ended and even can calculate pH value by hand. So he doesn't need the calculator to calculate log. So yeah, if you know how to calculate pH, yeah, it's really amazing. And also I can share two stories that I discussed with him before. When I first joined his research group, I found quite confused that what I should do as a postdoc or what my research journey should be. And after a few months, following his plan, just work on some experiment, like learning the culture there, then I feel a bit lost. I don't know how to go forward. Then I just walked to his office, but just met him on the way, and he said he's going to the bank, so just met him like an hour later. Then he talked to me that you are just too young. You don't know the way, but you can just follow first. You get something at a certain point, then you will find your way. That's the first year or first few months he told me. And that's exactly what I found, because after this first year, nearly the end of the first year, I got my first paper published under with his team. And at that time, I still took my break back to Hong Kong for a month, that I received email, our paper accepted and published. And then in the second year, so I published 3 more papers with him. And I also came up with some ideas. He said, yeah, that's a good idea. And probably he can give it to like another students to work on like in the coming years. So I learned from him to how to formulate some new ideas. And at that time, I also look back at in his publication list to try to find out what is his direction, how he worked out all these ideas, and then once I talked to him to ask him directly, okay, how you can get so many ideas to generate all these publications. He said, most ideas I got is during he walked his dog. Then we asked him, okay, where do you buy your dog? So that's the thing I want to say is the flexibility and also how he balanced the work and his life. And in fact, we need to sometimes relax and like get rid of all the work from your head, then you get something out. So sometimes we try to meet him in the office, but we found that he went to swimming pools. So that's the thing that I think we should learn from him to how to generate so many ideas. And another thing is what I learned from the trips from all this. So this gentleman here, in fact, is the tour guide of our international students trip. I will finish in 2 minutes. And this is and his name is very interesting, Israel. And in fact, he is also teaching in Harvard University. You can see that. So this is showing us how multiple roles of a person in Israel. They are not just fixed in one role. And this gentleman here is the general during the I forgot which war, but he guided us through these different facilities around the Gaza Strip or other areas to explain to us what they did at that time. So I just want to mention that don't just stick on one role. And in fact, we have more and more capabilities that we can leverage. So he's a very good tour guide and also teaching archaeology and another like Jewish history in universities. So he is using his capability and knowledge in different areas. And yeah, it's the life there. So sometimes we need to take breaks and also empty our mind to generate more. And just and put it in another angle.
Samuel,
we can learn.
Samuel. How many slide you have remaining? Because
a few slides left.
Some questions I want to ask.
Sure. Last minute. So learn from their children. Your hands dirty. Really practice it. Don't protect too much. And here's also like not like exactly hackathon, but like robots competition I visit in the campus. It's all high school students, and it's really amazing because the mentors and are from their parents and like working in Intel, Facebook, all these things because they are working as engineers and also teach their children. Another robot competition or game that you can see the students sitting here are quite young. And also one interesting things they established is a accelerator established in the campus to leverage the patent or technology invented in the university and connect with the business. I joined many of seminars from these accelerators. And the next point is about this infrastructure here. In these missiles from Gaza. I just want to mention that because they work under missiles, so they take risks, but they have faith and hope to work out their capacity. So I just leave some questions here, yeah, to pick your mind, and maybe we can discuss about that. Yeah, pass the time to you, Edward.
Gloria.
Okay, thank you, Edward. Thank you, Samuel, for the wonderful presentation. So now let's move on to the mini salon section. I actually saw that there is one question in the Q&A chat box from Ray.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, should be two questions. Yeah.
Wow, it's a long one.
Yeah, very long.
Yeah, I can't exactly remember the story of Haluka. I remember about the second temple time, and people there, they don't have enough oil to keep the lights, the lamp going, but the lamp inside the temple is kind of like related to the god, so they need to keep it going, and also they don't have enough oil, that kind of pure oil, and they know that some new oil is coming from another city, but they can't withstand for like 7 days. But like miracle that they really can sustain for that long period of time and have the new oil replenished. So they celebrate with this miracle related to oil. That's what I remember. Maybe can't explain it very good. West. Yeah. Second comment. Yeah. Thanks for the supplement. Yeah. I also heard about these stories during the visits there, but I can't remember the whole things now. Thanks.
Okay, do we have any more questions for Samuel?
Or should we go back to Samuel? You have the last slide. Have 3 topics. We can have a chit chat in the salon. Even though we have a little bit overrun, but Samuel has already prepared some topics. So maybe we can spend a little bit time to have a discussions.
Yeah, I think one idea is about yeah, I'm curious about what drives some big or breakthrough of innovations, because usually we think that's the constraints, but is that the case? I remember I talked to Ray on this before. Any sharing, Ray?
Maybe.
Well, it's just I remember, like, Israel is 60% desert. And for them to be able to produce all those fruits that you showed and the vegetables, and when you drive through the desert, you see these basic kibbutzes that are just green, this patch of green in the middle of the desert. It's just quite amazing.
Yeah, I remember they even growing some crops or fruits inside the desert with salty water.
Is in Samuel in laboratory or in real farm?
Yeah, that's for real production.
Oh,
If we found some cherry tomato in the supermarket from Israel, yeah, that's that. That's one of them.
what is the taste? So the tomato will be sweet and salty.
Yeah, sweeter than normal.
Sweeter than
We
normal.
can
But
yeah
you
we
plant
can find
in
the
salt water.
yeah we can find this kind of cherry tomato in Hong Kong too, from
Okay.
Israel.
Okay.
Yeah, you
Okay.
can try it.
Yeah, we spend more money and try it.
Not really more expensive, but yeah.
Yeah, should be interesting. Maybe you have another sessions talk about how to plant a cherry in salty water. But I think we may have another sharing with our partners, just like I just mentioned, another event going to happen in April this year, talk about environmental topic. One of the key drivers are expert in organic farming. Even though in government green station, he also set up an organic farm. So maybe you can exchange some idea with that. Maybe I go back to your first topic. Constraints. I just remember a quote from Albert Einstein. Is what is an invention? His quote is the necessity is the mother of invention. So when we can see the demand, or probably we can see the constraint of something, and then we have the motivations or incentive to drive the invention or innovation. Of course, innovation doesn't mean you have to invent something. Can be different kind of innovations, but I would agree constraint is one of the key factors.
Yeah. So like in their case, they don't have enough food, they don't have enough water, so they work really hard in these areas. And we can also see like the military technology. So yeah, because they are surrounded by kind of enemy, sorry, surrounded by their enemy. So they invest a lot in this area.
Anyone want to have a discussion on or you wish to express your view in these three topics? 有冇人有興趣講下呢三個 topics？
或者其他嘢問咯。
講廣東話都得嘅。
如果你哋想睇相咧，就喺呢度。
OK，我諗大家都可能好肚餓啦，要食飯啦，真係，包括我啊，真係。So或者Samuel 你去翻企個版咧，睇下大家仲有冇係啦。What should we do to innovate? Yeah, but I would think your mindset in innovation probably is not come from your supervisor, because your your supervisors taught to you is how to be more efficient, well planned, and clear visions. But how to innovate somehow is through your research process, because maybe you have some observations and you take out something new through the process. So, but of course through in most research process you come across constraints. So that's why because you have to break through it. So that's why you turn into innovations. But of course your supervisor talk to you about discipline, well planned, flexible, clear visions.
What he talked about from how to say that from his previous research, I can see that I can't really find the clear track. So I discussed with him with our team before. So yeah, because one of the the research manager in fact is his PhD students, and then stay here to support his research carry forward. So I discussed with her, and she said she also can't find the clear track of professors like research direction. But when I look further into not just the topic, but further into the detail. In fact, he is applying the technology, because you can see that we have that module, membrane module. So no matter we work for what kind of water, or not really deviate, but still seawater, but after RO, that's the concentrate, or other like fresh water, or how to combine the process. He's working from the process perspective, and integrate different technology together, for example, ion exchange and different kind of membranes to plan the process. So his mind can somehow simulate the process already. That's the planning in his head. And the innovative ideas comes from he has all this knowledge and find more user case. So similar ideas, maybe we just look for desalination, water treatment, for drinking water maybe. But here I also apply this kind of knowledge for fish. So he set up a pilot site, really growing fish there, and how to make them can grow in a high density rate, and like save lands, save water, and keep very good water qualities, and keep them like healthy. So he also applied this to like fish, and then apply that for another technology for like magnesium metal production. So that's really amazing for me.
Okay, Korea.
Okay, so I guess we have come to the end of the mini salon section, and actually thank you. Wait, okay. So thank you, Dr. Samuel Tang, for the wonderful presentation on his journey in Israel, and we really learn more about this very mysterious country, especially for me, because I have never been to Israel before. So thank you. And
Gloria, where is your exchange locations in your undergraduate study?
I have my exchange in UK.
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe we find another chance for you to share your
No need.
experience. Yeah, but I saw Zhongzhu just talk about Jewish people have received the highest number of a Nobel Prize. Yeah, even
Oh.
though the population is small. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I would think we should explore more about the secret behind.
Yeah.
Yeah, but today okay, we let Samuel go, but we should find another chance to find out more details.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, because such a small country, and the population is less than 10 million. Is that right?
8 million, so
Yeah,
very
it's
similar to
similar to
Hong
Hong
Kong.
Kong. Yeah, but there's no Nobel Prize winner in come from Hong Kong anyway.
And also 30% of people there in just studying Bible. They don't need to work.
Oh, really?
Yes.
But we
Yes.
have many universities in Hong Kong. I don't know. I don't know. We should have some reflection anyway. Maybe next time, Gloria, you can give me some insights. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you,
Okay.
Gloria.
Thank you.
Chair the
Thank
sessions,
you.
and thank you, Samuel. Okay. We are going to upload the monthly news to the website, so you will get the PPT very soon. Okay. Oh, there are more message anyway. Yeah,
Okay, so I guess we have come to the end of today's
thank you very
EWB Night.
much.
See
Good
you
night. Good
you.
night.
all next month.
Bye bye.
拜拜。
Bye。
Samuel 啊，喂，你話 AIB 嗰個咧，係咪你可唔可以 send 埋個 file 俾我啊？
OK，sure，forward 俾你。